I'm Brian Brush, and we're getting down to the brass tacks and hard facts of 2.5-inch smoothbore tip selection. As you can see, choosing the right smoothbore tip for the 2.5-inch nozzle can be a little bit of a challenge. We have long tips, short tips, stack tips, and the play pipe. What we're going to discuss today is the variety of these options, the gallons per minute behind them, and the function of all these devices. So let's start with the play pipe. Designed in the 1890s by engineer John Freeman, the play pipe in this series of stack tips was more evaluative tool than it was a nozzle. When we look at the play pipe being designed nearly 125 years ago, it's hard to imagine this being an interior nozzle. You know, this was designed a good 70 to 80 years before the fire service transitioned to the inside. It's bulky, it's a great exterior firefighting nozzle, but it doesn't function well on the inside. When we also evaluate it from the series of stacked tips, we have a 1-inch, 1 1/8, and 1 1/4. The 1-inch tip flows 210 gallons per minute at a 50 psi operating pressure. When we talk about that 210 gallons per minute and we compare that to today's 1 3/4 attack lines, we're really not gaining much by stepping up to the bigger line with this tip. So in the modern firefight, removing the inch tip from our play pipes will help get us into that big line flow of 265 and 328. So the bulk of the play pipe and the reduction in the stack, we naturally evolved to the Indy stack. The Indy stack has a more compact attack package with the shutoff, and now we are in a condensed nozzle stack of the 1 1/4 tip with the 328 gallons per minute and the 1 1/8 tip at 265 gallons per minute. Now, going from 265 up to 328 is a selection of tip. We can flow 265 or remove the tip, go with the 1 1/4 and flow that 328. The rubber bumper also provides protection of the threads in a nice tight package. The next evolution is the 1 3/16. What the 1 3/16 does is in that orifice size, it splits the difference between the 1 1/8 and the 1 1/4. The 1 3/16 provides the option to adjust our volume through tip pressure rather than tip selection as we do with the Indy stack. This gives you the option to flow the 1 3/16 at a 40 psi nozzle operating pressure, which gives us a flow of about 265 gallons per minute. If we flow the nozzle at 50 psi, the optimum pressure for our smoothbore nozzle, we're going to receive 296 gallons per minute. And if we increase the operating pressure of this nozzle up to 60 psi, we'll be delivering 325 gallons per minute. So the choice is yours. Long tip, short tip, stack tip, play pipe, something that is 125 years old, but really comes down to volume selection through tip pressure or volume selection through tip selection.